What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Grandmo Goose representing the Grandmo brand. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so you can like when we make new videos and all of that good stuff, right? It's snowing out here where I'm at. My mama used to always say save for a rainy day. In my case where I'm living at, we gotta try to save for a snowy day. You know what I'm saying? But I had to think about what she meant when she said that, right? So I do save a lot of money, but I had to think about what was happening with my savings. It wasn't equating or keeping up to the rate of inflation, which is what I want to talk about a little bit in this video. So if you want to know how to make your money not just lose its value, stay tuned. Inflation annually could be at least 3% every year, if not even more. So let's just say, because I like to use numbers to give people, and I always use $100 because it's easy to explain stuff with $100, right? You got $100 in the bank, and inflation is 3% or more a year, right? Then you will lose 3% of the value of your money every year that it sits in the bank. That your investments is not matching inflation, and I will explain that right now. Let's say I got $100 in the bank, ladies and gentlemen, right? 3% a year inflation rate. So that means that, and let's say my bank gives me a 0.02% APY, which is an annual percentage yield, right? Which is the amount of money the bank will pay you to hold your money inside their bank account, right? So if the bank only gives you a 0.02 annual percentage yield of $100, ladies and gentlemen, that will be about 20 cents on your $100, right? And the 3% of the inflation would be actually that's equates to $3 of $100. So that basically means your money will be only worth $97.20 the next year if you just leave it in the account and it does nothing. So inflation kills the value of money. Inflation devalues the currency. And plus, you see we go into a cashless society, ladies and gentlemen. So I want y'all to be prepared for that too, as well, by making good investments. We're going to talk about some of the things that you could do with your money in order for it to not just sit in the bank and it could get some percentage on your return so that you could at least keep up with inflation, if not beat it. It's two different ways that I personally keep up with inflation. It's two different ways that I personally keep up with inflation. And those two different ways is stock market investing and real estate investing, but it's not in physical properties, it's in REITs. And I will explain both of those right now. Again, I'm not no financial advisor. I'm not trying to give people financial advice or sit here and tell people what to exactly do with their money. I'm just trying to tell you that there's different things that you can do with your money in order to beat inflation. One of them things is stock market investing, and specifically into index funds. I'm not sitting here telling people to pick individual stocks. It's too much of a headache to keep up with companies to know what they're doing. Me personally, I mess with 3 ETFs. I'm not gonna give you all of them, but I will give you one, and it's the VOO, the Vanguard. It basically covers the whole entire S&P 500. It's a mutual fund that covers the entire stock market. So if you invest into a mutual fund like that, and the S&P 500 has an annual percentage return on average of 7 to 10%. So if inflation is 3% and you get a 7 to 10% return on your money, you can have a 4 to 7% profit on top of the money that you're making inside the bank or whatever, inside your investments, inside your investment portfolio. I know all these numbers and stuff is weird, so let me give you a little example of what inflation really is. This is how I tell myself what inflation is, right? Imagine somebody coming to your house and they take a fork, a cup, they take like one of the pillowcases, they take like a charger box, they take like your Roku remote or something like that. Basically what I'm saying is like they take a whole bunch of little increments, and you don't realize it's being taken from you because it's not actually until you realize it's all gone. But and that's how I look at inflation. It's not really being taken from you physically in that sense, but it is little by little because the percentage of inflation is taken from you, the value of what your dollar is actually worth, your purchasing power, your purchasing value. So you have to take the money and put it into an investment account, man, and try to get at least a 7 to 10% return on top of your money. And me, like I said, I use index funds and mutual funds. That's the best way to invest in the stock market. and the other one I said was real estate. But specifically, I want to talk about REITs, which is a real estate investment trust. And basically, that's investing in real estate without investing in a physical property. So you'll basically be investing in something that's similar to a stock, but it covers a multitude of different properties, like pertaining to the specific portfolio that you invest in. So you could get one that covers specifically commercial properties, or one that covers specifically residential properties, or one that covers warehouse spacing or things of that nature. Like I was just looking into one recently that I didn't know that they was actually a big warehouser for Walmart, which is actually amazing because Walmart needs to store a lot of stuff, and they just got a big contract for Amazon. So that's gonna be huge for them to be a storage place for both Amazon and for Walmart. That's like, but I'm not saying specifically what to invest in. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but like I'm trying to tell y'all, man, money loses value when it just sits in the bank, or if you just stack up a whole bunch of cash inside your house. I'm not saying you shouldn't have cash. Everybody should create an emergency fund, at least 3 months of expenses. So let's say your expenses are $1,000 a month. You should have at least $3,000 in the savings account. I do agree with that, but and that's because of liquidity. You know, that will give you liquidity, the ability to just be able to go get the money out right away when you needed it. So I do agree with that. So you do save 3 months of expenses, but at the same time, you don't have it in cash because it's losing value. At least get that 0.002% from your bank from APY. And even more importantly, like I said, try to make the right investments to beat inflation. That's the most important thing. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, this video is not, again, financial advice. This video is to tell you that cash has no value. It loses value if it's just sitting there doing nothing. It's better to put it in places where it can actually make more money, which is in proper investments, or even investing in yourself. If you take $600 cash, which they just gave everybody from stimulus checks, and invest in yourself to try to grow a business or to do something to make more money, to grow your capital, to be able to make more investments, that'll be a great thing. But the best thing that you could do right now is to get invested, to put it into something, just to get started in yourself, into something that's making your money grow. Don't just have it sitting around. Inflation is real. The value of the dollar drops literally every single day. I want y'all to understand that, and I want y'all to be able to grow your bag. So if you like this type of content and you want to keep hearing these type of positive messages and things that help you be able to stay focused on making that money, subscribe to the channel. And we got more video and more content coming for y'all soon. I love y'all. It's the Grandma Goose. I'm going to plug in all the links in the description down below. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. Turn on the subscriptions right now on it.